Emotions were running high for Crystal Rogers' family as the sentencing recommendations came down in only a few minutes. We know the FAA confirms that this was a UPS plane that was headed to Honolulu that crashed. That is the water line up there, just how high this water was.
Vicki, neighbors here, they're upset after they learned this temporarily closed sign could soon read open for business.
He has since been released from LNDC. We saw him take off this morning.
Do you feel like you're missing your mail? Well, you're not alone. Some Louisville post offices were audited earlier this spring, and what they found was a lot of delayed mail. Here's a breakdown of what they found.
We were just standing here. We noticed smoke on the building, and now firefighters are here, and you can see up there, it looks like something might have resparked. Family tells us 13-year-old Derek Saunders Jr. was last seen here at this boat ramp before getting swept away in the water. Indiana House Republicans introduced this congressional map on Monday. This redraw would group counties closest to Louisville with Indianapolis. We have seen some improvements. So actually right now we're on the escalator. We're heading down to the baggage claim area because right now there's not a line at TSA. More than 700 pages that the Labor Cabinet sent us today, and I spent the afternoon rifling through these pages. You can see a lot of the snow probably remaining from Sunday has been pushed aside by the snowplows, and now these boulders basically of ice are just sitting here, and underneath all of this fresh snow you still have all of this just chunks of ice. The caution tape remains up in front of Johnson & Co. Flooring and Gigi's Salon, the two businesses lost in the fire. The community here in Eminence is rallying around them. Family tells us 23-year-old Rhodesia Williams was walking her daughter to the bus stop here when she was shot and killed. Now there is a memorial remembering her. Hey guys, good evening. We've seen a lot of celebrities come through here tonight. Of course, Winona Judd, who is going to be performing the national anthem tomorrow. She spoke with us about performing in her home state of Kentucky. A lot of guns are stolen from cars. So they say don't leave a gun in a glove box and don't leave your gun under your seat. We're in Lockport, Kentucky. Where we're floating right now usually is the town square. We're off of Highway 27 in Somerset. This is a mattress store. You can see these big windows, they're gone. The glass now is shattered across these mattresses. They narrowly escaped it, Jennifer, and they're grateful to be alive. Their security cameras capture the moment the plane crashes and explodes. Security cameras on the front gate of Kentucky Truck Parts and Service shows the pure devastation and chaos as the UPS cargo plane crashed. Employees Sabit Aliyev and David Aslanov captured the moments following as flames and black smoke filled the sky and consumed the air.
All the fuel from plane was all over the oil tanks and that junkyard place.
They also captured the exact moment when they had to make a split-second decision.
The next thing we know, we just walk out of a shop, it's like maybe 10 feet, and flames were so bad. You can feel the heat from far away. We make a decision, run for our lives.
But they quickly realized they were trapped as the flames spread.
We'll look for an exit for like hour and a half.
What was going through your head?
A lot of things.
Yeah. I mean,
trying to
that's
get
what you're gonna
back.
go through your head when you feel it's can be end of your life.
Finally, they found a path and a gate, but they couldn't get out. Luckily, cops were nearby.
I just turned my flasher on, him and me, we started yelling, whistling. So finally they came around, and I told them to bring bolt cutters.
With Grade Lane still closed Wednesday, they couldn't get back to their business. They were unsure of how their neighbors were doing, which was their top concern.
We're all human beings. They have the same life as mine.
Good evening, guys. We walked down this very street today, knocking on doors to ask neighbors, do they want to see the plant stay? And those we spoke to told us no. 2 days after the explosion, windows remain broken, glass sits on porches. Families like Hannah and Dan Nitzkin still shaken. They were home when the explosion happened.
I mean, it hit you in your chest. Like, the pressure from this blast was horrifying. And the emotional toll this takes on families to not feel safe in their homes after an explosion like this can't be understated.
They remember last October when a thick film covered neighboring homes and cars after food coloring escaped from the plant. But they didn't know about the prior explosion in 2003. After that explosion, which killed one person, the plant was rebuilt and expanded. But the couple says they don't want to see that happen again.
We would not be interested in seeing them doing anything that would remotely come close to exploding near our homes ever again.
And other neighbors agreed.
Seems highly dangerous to have something like that in a residential neighborhood.
So why is there an industrial plant in a residential neighborhood? Previously known as D.D. Williamson, the plant has been in Clifton since 1948. On Wednesday, Councilman Andrew Owen said the zoning is grandfathered in.
Something like this would not be legal today according to our zoning code, but this company has been there for an awfully long time.
But can the zoning change? We asked the Metro Office of Planning. They say the property owner can initiate a change in zoning and the Metro Council would vote on it. A Metro Council spokesperson tells us in some situations, Metro Council can initiate a change, but it's typically done with area-wide changes to zoning and when the neighborhood agrees. On Thursday, Mayor Craig Greenberg says he wants to see the company stay in Louisville, but he hopes the company considers a new location outside of the Clifton neighborhood.
There are other locations that are by rail lines that are easy to get to and from, that are not in such close proximity to so many houses. So I think there are better locations to rebuild.
A company that can put dangerous chemicals in the air and syrup all over your house probably shouldn't be this close to neighborhoods.
If there's one thing 6-year-old Levi Carrier loves, it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, he can like climb on walls.
In fact, when he gets on the bus every day to go to Engelhard Elementary, he and his bus driver, Larry Farish, give each other the Spider-Man sign.
Yeah, this is our thing.
But last Friday, Larry noticed Levi got on the bus without doing this, and he could tell something was wrong.
I asked him, I was like, what's going on? What happened? I'm thinking something may have happened on the bus stop. And he simply looked up and said, I don't have pajamas.
It was pajama day at school. Levi was sad he didn't have any to wear. So after Larry dropped off the kids, he went to the store and bought a pair of pajamas for Levi and took them to school.
And I said, well, this morning you were crying, and I felt it. So I want your day to be a little bit better. And I asked him, I said, would you try the pajamas on when you get to class and have a great day?
When Levi left his classroom and walked down the hall to see his bus driver Larry standing there with a pair of pajamas, he says it was complete shock.
My face was like this.
Levi says those sad tears turned into happy tears.
Yep. I had a great Friday.
Do you still have the pajamas now that Larry gave you?
Yeah.
Do you wear them?
Yeah.
Larry says this act of kindness shows the important role bus drivers play in students' lives.
A lot of times we're the first person after their parents leave that they see, and we're the last person they see before they go home. So we can make a big difference in a child's life just by saying good morning.
It's an act of kindness Levi will always remember. And he wants people to know how great his bus driver is.
That he's kind and that his heart is filled with joy.
Madison Elliott, WLKY News.